Hello and welcome to a football special on this January transfer window. Today's club we're going to be talking about is Arsenal. They've been linked with quite a few players, and I've got some suggestions and sort of linked players who they've been and if I think were any good. So sort of the targets that I think would be a good player in the centre-back position, because that's one area that they do need to strengthen, is the RB Leipzig centre-back, Dayot Upamecano. He's 21 years old. You know, he's tall, he's fast, he's strong. But RB Leipzig at the minute are in the mid-season, and I don't think Arsenal are going to be able to get him out of the club, as they're challenging Bayern Munich at the minute at the top of the Bundesliga. So it's going to be difficult for them. It's probably more of a summer target, that one. But also they have been linked to another Bundesliga centre-back, and that is Jerome Boateng. He plays for Bayern Munich. This one could be potentially on a free transfer, as his contract's come to a close, but Bayern Munich want to get rid of him. 30 years old, you know, he's experienced, can be injury prone, but he would bring some experience at the back of Arsenal, and he's probably a better defender than the centre-backs at the minute Arsenal have got. So in that respect, he probably would be an upgrade. And another position that Arsenal, again, they've been linked with this player, but he looks a fairly decent player. Again, it's a pretty young player. This one is Bruno Guimaraes. He plays for Atletico Mineiro in Brazil. He's 22. He's the season stats of the season just gone. It's 35 appearances, 4 goals, 3 assists. He's been linked with Chelsea, Benfica as well. It's probably more of maybe a summer transfer, this one, but they've been linked with him. They may do a deal on this window, and then also they've been linked with Hakim Ziyech, sort of a right winger, comes off on his left foot. Great player, creative. I'm surprised he's still at Ajax. Probably cost around £40-45 million, which is still pretty good value for money. This year, you know, he's played 19 matches. He's got 13 goals and 6 assists. Absolute fantastic stats, and to be honest, he'd be a creative force in any team. Really good. And then another player that Arsenal have been linked with, sort of a right back option. Spurs and Arsenal have both been linked with Max Aarons, who's the Norwich fullback. 20 years old, England under 21 international. No doubt in the future he's going to be around the England team. Again, sort of fees going to be looking between 25, 30, 35 million pounds. Norwich struggling towards the bottom of the league, but he's been their standout player. Really good going down outside, fast, good defender, and potentially, you know, he could be over the next couple of years challenging Trent Alexander-Arnold into the England team if he gets his next move right and he's a regular player. With Norwich, they may be willing to sell, but more than likely, again, it could be a summer deal for this one. As Norwich, if they do go down, they'll have to sell a few assets, and Arsenal certainly keeping a close eye on Max Aarons, who again is another fantastic young player. And then sort of the second team I wanted just to have a quick look at was Aston Villa. Aston Villa battling against relegation at the minute. You know, they got a good win at the weekend, 2-1 against Burnley. Jack Grealish with 2 goals, and he's been linked away with a move to Man United for 50 to 60 million. Really good player, but Aston Villa need to keep him at all costs. He's creative force, got 11, been involved in 11 goals, assists and goals. Absolute really good player, but it's predominantly been off the left hand side, and McGinn's been injured. He's going to be injured for a couple of months again. It's another blow, but they've got some good, okay players in there that maybe help. You've got Douglas Luiz, you've got Conor Hourihane. Grealish can step back in there if you need. But obviously Wesley is now injured, probably for the season, and they're going to need another striker. Sort of players that have been linked in around the pressure: Giroud, Batshuayi, Adebayor, Chak Tosin, and certainly maybe a cheaper option because Villa, they may be a bit strapped for cash due to the FFP rules. They're sort of towards on that tightrope, so more than likely it's going to be a loan deal, maybe to a view to a permanent move in the summer if Villa survive and you know, if that player wants to join or not. But for me, Villa, I think they may need. Obviously, they do need a striker. Probably the best option out of the ones we just mentioned probably be Batshuayi. You know, he's an experienced Premier League striker. Probably just needs a regular run of games. You know what I mean? He's a decent finisher. You know, he's strong. He's quick. I think he could do a job as good as Wesley, if not better, to be fair. And maybe even another central midfielder for Villa if they can get another loan deal, just to give someone else in there, because McGinn's going to be a big loss in there. You know, they probably just have to have a look around the Premier League, maybe have a look around in Europe, who's available on loan, and go from there. But it all depends what kind of funds Villa again want to spend, really, because they could be limited, not unless they sort of sell. But the only really major asset they've got is Jack Grealish, and you know, we can't be selling him. If not, relegation will definitely happen, and so they've got to do what they can to keep him. And that's it for today. If you've liked the video, please subscribe. If you've liked the video, please smash the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And I'll bring you another video on another two teams. All right, thank you very much.